saying and giving us shout outs, even in Nova Scotia. So hello everyone. Perfect
Hello.
day to kind of discuss ski on this snowy day.
I think so. Like today is a perfect day for that. Hello, spoiled agents. We're getting ourselves all set up here. We're so excited to see everybody. Hello, everyone. All right, we're just getting ourselves live here, guys. We got us live here on Facebook. We have us live here on Zoom and LinkedIn and YouTube. So we have brought out the big guns for our friends here at Club Med. How's it going, guys?
Oh, it's going.
Amazing. It's going.
It's
Hey,
going.
JC. I
It's
see
definitely
Leslie in
going.
there. So many people. Hello. Wow. Ali, great turnout. Bailey.
So I think
Natasha
we're
gets
gonna
very sucked into the comment section. I don't know if you guys can tell. We just lose her to the comments. She gets very excited when she sees
Oh,
things.
I do. Sorry. Bonjour.
Okay.
Bonjour. We're all wearing our 45 shirts.
100%.
I always pull it out for our friends here at Club Med. Love it, love it. And I always love hearing what everyone has to say, you guys, Tyler and Natasha, about the Club Med updates. I know you guys have, this is obviously ski season for you guys. And you guys have some great sales. You've got some great fams. I mean, I'm not going to give it all away, but I'll let you guys talk about it. But I think we're going to get started. And I just want to say hello to everybody. I'm Susan Koyman from Spoiled Agent. We have our friends Natasha and Tyler from Club Med. There are BDMs that help us with everything that we put out for you guys. They're a great support to us all here at Spoiled Agent, and we love working with the Club Med team. And today we're going to be talking about the Alps. Like, how appropriate is this? So, not to forget, our session's going to be recorded. We are live on Facebook, so I see we have some Facebook friends over here. Hi, Facebook friends. Can you guys please make sure you add your email in the comments so we know you're here? Kyla Marie started off, so we appreciate that. Hello, Willie. Willie did too, and Ethel, just to name a few. Zoom, we've got you covered, right? Because you already registered. And I know our friends are giving away a really, really great prize. I'm going to let you talk about that in a moment. But I just want everyone to understand when you are going to qualify for the prize, you have to stay on to the question period, but you don't necessarily have to ask a question, okay? And also on the question topic, please, if you have any questions for the team, make sure you add them to the Q&A. So what we can do is, like, we're going to take them through. Well, Tyler will pop in, Natasha will pop in, do the Q&A. I'll help out with the Q&A, and we'll take whatever we can at the end as well. So this way we see them. If you leave them in the chat, we're not going to see them because they move up, right? So I always say we'll leave the chat for the chitter chatter, which I love. All right. Well, you guys, can you tell us a little bit about the prize? And it's like mind blowing, and we appreciate this amazing prize for all our spoiled agents.
Natasha, go ahead. I'll let you do it.
Okay, so exciting times for everybody that's here because we are actually giving away points towards a Club Med trip around the world. And what fitting time to kind of apply it to ski destination, hopefully in the future. It's 84,000 points, essentially for 7 nights, two people that you can bring yourself and another person. And essentially we'll be picking the lucky draw at the end and communicating with you next week in terms of the prize winner. So good luck to you all.
That's amazing. You guys are super generous. We super appreciate it. And I know our spoiled agents do for sure. So if you guys get an email from either Natasha or Tyler next week, open it. Okay. It's super good news.
Or
All
any
right. Well,
week,
we're all
open
got our
it.
40. What's that?
Or any week, open our emails, please.
Yes.
All right,
Some
gang. Well,
going to church next week.
I'll let you guys get started. I'll meet you at the Q&A at the end. And I want to say thank you, both of you, for joining us today and our spoiled agents, whether it was over your coffee or your lunch. And I'll see you guys in a bit.
Right.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Hello, everybody. Thank you to our Spoiled Agent family for joining us today, for Susan getting us started, always organizing. We really appreciate it. So right now we are in the heart of all things ski. We have our ski pre-registration, which is already opened. Our 26, 27 ski blitz sales starting in a couple of weeks. Natasha and I both just launched our ski fams. I don't know if you can see our backgrounds right now. I'm sitting in the pool right here at Pays Valandry, which is where I'm headed the 1st of March. And Natasha is sitting in Cire Chevalier, where she will be heading March 1st to the 8th. So a couple really cool ski fams coming. We'll talk a little bit about that more at the end. We have a big presentation to get through today. There's a lot of stuff here. So we're going to be flipping back and forth a little bit. I'll get our intro going, and then I will let Natasha take it for a little bit. and we'll do a really great walkthrough through all of our amazing properties that we have. And then at the end, if anyone has any questions, we will kind of gather those as we can. So getting started, obviously you can see winter 27 sales opening. This is a big deal. This is the best pricing of the year, and we'll talk about that all throughout this presentation. But most importantly, who are you dealing with? Just so you know, we're not just full of it. Here's us on the hill. We practice what we preach. You know, sell the Alps. We go to the Alps. I've been to 7 of the Alps properties already, plus Charlevoix, obviously in Canada. We have fams going all the time to all these different places. But I am Tyler. I am job titles are changing a little bit right now. Me and Natasha have done a little bit of a swap. So I am your main BDM for Western Ontario, Southwestern Ontario, Northwestern, all of that stuff, and Eastern Canada. And then, of course, we have the beautiful Natasha George, if you want to introduce yourself.
Well, I went to Ting recently on a fam, so I just wanted to say that. And I've been to 4 ski destinations. Started off in Quebec, Charlevoix for training for 2 weeks with Club Med. Absolutely love it. But the Alps is a whole different ball game, and hopefully you guys will be able to experience that very soon. I represent the East Coast of Ontario, East, and also Toronto, and also Western Canada. So for a lot of you out West, I will be coming out very soon and hoping to get connected into Delta and onwards very soon. But definitely I'm coming to see you. And for those in Ontario who have not met yet, be prepared. We are going to be in full force this year.
Okay, so let's get it started off with a really quick video. And then we'll let Natasha take the reins and tell us all about the promo that we have going on. So enjoy this video. Beautiful. Okay, so Natasha, you can take it from here. We have our sales opening for winter 2027. Take it away.
Perfect. Thanks, Tyler. And hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. It's everything that you need to know about ski, but we'll go in more depth in terms of what our packages offer. So right now we're in the biggest time of the year for ski for winter 2027. We are in full effect with our pre-registration. That's from now up until June the 30th. Essentially with pre-registration, we're kind of getting you prepared to know what pricings are. Again, check on availability for your clients for this upcoming ski season so that when the ski sale opens, which is February the 2nd, for platinum and gold members only. And again, just highlighting the time frame for that is on Paris time, but for Canadians, it is 3 p.m., 3 a.m. Eastern for February the 2nd, and February the 3rd, it will be 2 a.m. Eastern our time in order to book for the sales season. And that's available to all clients February the 3rd. Just keep in mind that this is on all snow resorts in the Alps, even Japan, Italy, Switzerland, French Alps. We have quite a bit to choose from. The savings that you will instantly receive is $1,280 per week. This is the best sale of the season. So please take advantage of it. Working in the contact center when I first started with Club Med and also in the Toronto agency, I can't tell you enough. We're working with direct clients. They were upset months later when they tried to get the same price as we did during this time frame, and it didn't happen for them because of dynamic pricing and also availability. I will say some of the resorts that sell out very quickly, especially during the holidays, would be Val d'Isere, Val Thorens, as well as Ting, some of our chalets in Val Morel and also Grand Samoan. So just again, prepare your clients. Now is the time so that they can take full advantage of the opportunity in terms of the best price. So right now, as you know, we are starting the process with training in terms of you guys right now. Pre-registration, as I mentioned, is from January 19th, which we've passed right now up until January 31st. And then the sales opening, as I mentioned, for platinum and gold members only is February 2nd. Please write this time down, 3 a.m. Eastern. And for all clients from February the 3rd through to the 6th, it is 2 a.m. Eastern. I'm sorry about the time frame, but if you want to get those best available accommodations for your clients, those are the times to jump on and make sure it happens. Okay, so in terms of the travel window, it is from November 2026 up until April 2027. As you can see, all of our resorts in the Alps and also including in Japan and Quebec, Charlevoix. Now, why book during the sales period? As I mentioned, it is the best offer of the season. We usually push this time and also in the summertime for another ski blitz, but the pricing will not be the same in the summer. It will be higher and availability will be limited. And then again, right now you'll have the best choice in terms of wide spread of accommodations for families as well as your active travelers. And then priority at the kids club, where you can secure the kids club from 4 years and up. 3 years and under. And then with 4 years and up, it is included with their stay. And then again, booking now will allow your clients time to pay with a low deposit and flexible payments. And then they get right away instant rewards through our great members program where they'll be recognized right away. Okay, so how to pre-register on CMTA. So this is where I'm going to do a quick walkthrough. So I'm going to share my screen. So that way you guys are able to be full equipped to be able to register your clients. And like I said, registering doesn't guarantee space or pricing. What will is when we kind of convert it moving forward when the sale opens. So that being said, on the main page, you will notice, Tyler, you want to chime in?
Yeah, I just want to say, so with pre-registration, as far as pricing goes, everything is kind of an estimate at this point, but it's the best time to get your customers shopping. So you want to get their options kind of in. So say they really like the idea of Val d'Isere, well, now you can look and see what the price point is for Val d'Isere. When they see that that is the most expensive, they might want to look at other options. So whether that is a Ting or a Paisy or whatever, just make sure that you're looking through here, seeing all the different pricing options. When we go live, it's going to be instant. Dynamic pricing, people are taking rooms right away. So as those rooms are going, that's when you need people to know that like it might not always be their first option. So look at multiple options during pre-registration. Obviously, pre-register for your top pick and then go from there. That's it for me. I'll let Natasha do the rest.
Perfect. So on the main page, if you have not registered for Club Med Travel Advisor portal, please connect with myself or Tyler. We'll get you set up with a CMU number and password. And then you'll also, at that point in time, register with your email address and password for the first time. And then you'll have access to this. Essentially, to book, you'll notice that on the left-hand side, it kind of gives you all the notifications that you need to know. As you can see, there's some information on the left-hand side here with Charlevoix, our Club Med University. To access the sales opening, you have two places where you can do it. So if you just scroll down on the main page, you'll notice business opportunities and you scroll down, you'll notice sales opening view or global business view. For the sales opening for ski, you want to always make sure that it's highlighted here. If you're looking at your regular business around the world, the global view, that's where you click it and you'll be able to see all the other information that you've booked in the past or for other resorts outside of the mountain resorts. So to create a price estimation, essentially you have the option here where you can click. If it is a new client, this will take you right to the booking engine where you can do your pre-registration. If you already have a client that is existing that's stayed with us before, this is where you would enter their details. First name, last name, date of birth, or more criteria, you have the option with the GM number. So for now, I'm going to go based off of the booking engine. And from here, it will take me to, of course, resetting my screen. I apologize. Does that sometimes. And then here you'll have choices for the Alps. So essentially, what I normally do is I can search based off of whatever I'm looking to book. I'll take it to Ting. At this point, make sure that when you are searching, because some of our mountain destinations are summer destinations as well, you select the right category, otherwise it will not show availability. So right now we're going to Ting. I want to go for 2 adults. And at this point, actually, I'm going to throw in some kids because they like to ski too. 4, 10 and 4. So as you notice, you have the option of selecting it based off of date of birth or their age. In this case, I've added their age, and you always want to make sure you apply, hit the black buttons or the yellow buttons. Those are good buttons when you work on our website. And now I'm going to validate to make sure that it's captured all the information that I need. In this case, you see 2 kids, 2 adults, and my start date. So right now I'm going to probably go sometime the end of January. And for the mountain destinations for us, just know in the Alps, in the French Alps especially, it is Sunday to Sunday stay. You can book land only, and you can also book flights, but with our Alps destinations, it is always in the French Alps, Sunday to Sunday, 7 nights. Sometimes with our Pregelato in Italy, you can get away with 5 nights. I've seen that. And over the holiday season, like Christmas and New Year's, it's always defaulted to 7 nights minimum. So just make sure that you are aware with all of our properties. And then our properties in Japan, you have the option of doing a few nights if you like. It's up to you. So in this case, you'll see it's pulling up Ting. This is what it's offering me for a family of 4 accommodations only. And sorry, my little toggle button is here and I can't get, there we go. Compare estimations. And as you can see, it's kind of brought up the information. If you do want to add flights, you can from Toronto. It should be able to pre-populate it because we have that. But for now, we'll stick just to the accommodations. It's proposing an interconnecting superior room for this family at 516 square feet, where they'll have 2 separate accommodations with a door that's in between that they can flow through. If you want to look at alternative options, if you click on the word of accommodations, it'll give you other options for the family, and you can just search according to if they want something a little bit bigger, they want something with more of a view, but that's where you'll see the options here, and it'll change according to pricing. If you want to go back to the main screen, always click on this button, which is compare, and that'll bring you right back. Now, to save all of this information for the pre-sale, you will definitely need your client information. So again, names, date of births are important, especially if they are booking with flights. It has to match the passport. But to save it, you would click on this star button right here where it says Save Price Estimation. And it's saved, and I'll show you where it goes. And if you want to download this proposal to show your clients, we have it very user-friendly for you, where you click on this button, which is a square and an arrow right beside the triangle. Download. And voila, you'll see what happens. There it goes in a PDF form where I can send this to my clients. There is a fun QR code on there about Ting, the pricing, the price per person, the accommodation, and the time frame, and what's included. And if you have any other services, which we always include to add, like ski rentals, it is commissionable. So please add all of the stuff that you need, spa treatments, things like that. But this is what you can send to your clients. At the top, it'll have your name, obviously not mine. But going back to where you can find that save price estimation. So in true fashion with Club Med, we have this legend here. And this is great for your business. I'm not going to go through all the particulars, but offers and promotions here. It's a great tool to use. The advanced toolbox is fantastic for marketing. We have ski comparables, flyers, brochures that are digital, fact sheets, everything that you need to know about growing your business. Use that. So when I go into my Club Med business, this is where it'll track all of your clients that have stayed with you before in the past. My saved price estimation. So exactly what I just did, save the price estimation. It will be right here, your options and bookings. So now when I click here, it will bring me to the quote that I did for Ting, as you can see right here, January 24th to the 31st of January. Here's my price estimation. Fantastic. So you also have the option of downloading the PDF form here. And then this button allows you to replay the option. So I'm going to replay the option just so you can see what I'm talking about. This is kind of the final stages where, again, you can add insurance. It'll confirm everything about Ting, the accommodations. The only difference is you will need to approve or decline insurance and also add your client's information here, whether they're new clients or existing clients. Again, this is where you'll put in that information. Now, going back to how to save that pre-registration to make sure that it lines up so that you are all set for when it becomes available. This magic button here, the check magic button, you'll be able to check that to convert this into an option on the day of gold and platinum, which is for February the 2nd, from 3 a.m. It'll convert into an option, and that's when you're going to be right there to kind of proceed with payment. And for all existing clients, other clients will be February the 3rd at 2 a.m. And again, this is going to allow you to convert the option so that you can move forward with the booking, providing that the room and pricing is available. So it sets it already up, and you just got to confirm everything. So again, when you are doing your pre-registration, this is the key. You always, once you have all the names in place, you've declined or approved insurance, then you can proceed to add the check. It will not do it prior to, and if you don't have the names, unfortunately, it won't save. And one thing that I will say is you can only check one accommodation for that family. So if you have several options, Ting, Val d'Isere, Arcs Panorama, and you've checked 3, the system will not allow you to do it. So you have to do only one. And that's, again, what you decide. And that will convert over once you click that check button to convert it over to a sale for the key dates for the opening date. So that's it. I don't know if anybody has any questions before we proceed any further about the pre-registration. Tyler, help me out.
Just looking at it right now.
You okay,
Hoping it
Tyler,
was
with the
clear.
Q&A?
Yep, I've got
Okay.
it here. So for that, specifically, how is this pre-registration quote different from a regular quote? Pre-registration is a quote that exists before pricing has gone live, so you can't actually go through and book now. The booking window opens February 2nd, as Natasha covered. So this pre-registration is basically just giving you the opportunity to go look at pricing, so that way, because it is so competitive when this sale opens, you want your customers to know what the pricing is going to be, so that way on the day you can just go and action it immediately, so that you're not kind of stuck missing out on everything because you're shopping, and while you're shopping, things are disappearing.
Exactly. So again, the key is to kind of prepare yourself, have your clients ready so that when this rolls out, you have everything set up and you're ready to go on those specific dates. And again, the key is to check one only pre-registration to make sure that it converts into an option on that day.
Just a couple other questions that popped up. Can we use this for groups? No, for groups, it is specifically through the groups department. And if you are trying to book a ski group currently, it has to be done by the end of this month. So reach out to me or Natasha respectively, and we will get you sorted on the group side. And is this just for ski? Yes, this is just for ski. So
And then also just to piggyback for groups consist of 10 rooms at least or 20 plus adults. So just to be aware that that classifies as a group with us. And blackout periods like Christmas, French break, we don't offer groups. So we do have some certain weeks that we have it available right now.
Yeah, there's some other questions in there, but I think we're going to cover a lot through the presentation. So just for the sake of time, I think we get going on the presentation and then we'll flip back to the Q&A at the end to make sure we covered everything.
Okay,
So
great.
I'm just going to go back and reshare mine.
And I'll stop sharing.
Yeah.
For some reason, I can't see you, Tyler.
I have my camera turned off, so that could be it. Can I get a thumbs up if you guys can see the presentation again?
Yes, we can.
Cool. So now we're going to go through the mountain experience, the mountain resorts, all the different options, and we're going to start with our 5 pillars of Club Med Winter Mountain Experience. And there we go. Okay, So, peace of mind relies on five pillars: a seamless skiing experience, the best family experience, well-being, quality, and the festive atmosphere. So that is kind of at the core when it comes to Club Med ski bookings. We want to make sure you're ski in, ski out at a beautiful location, amazing views, all of that stuff. Best family experience, meaning our kids club is amazing. The lessons starting at 4 years old are seamless, so you get your kids out on the mountain right away, as well as our amazing family activities that exist throughout the day. So if your kids want to stay off the mountain that day, they definitely can. If you want to stay off with them, there's a whole bunch of activities that happen throughout. Well-being and wide range of snow activities. So whether that's snowshoeing, hiking, skiing, snowboarding, lots of different activities that exist. Quality of dining experience. If you've ever been on a Club Med fam, you get it. The food is good. In the French Alps, the food is even better. There's just something about raclette, hot cheese on potatoes right after a day on the mountains, goes a really, really long way. And then the festive atmosphere. That starts first thing in the morning. You're going out to do your ski lesson for the day or snowboard lesson for the day. We have music going. We have GOs down there. They're giving people shots of Genepi. They're lining up coffees for people. They're making sure you're excited to get out on the mountain. As soon as you come back from that morning session, we have our après ski party going. We have a DJ out. We have dancers. We're barbecuing. It is a festive atmosphere throughout. You go back out for the afternoon and back in for the evening, whether you're seeing the nightly entertainment, the Club Med live bands, the shows that we have on, or just taking in dinner. You know, dinner changes every night in the main restaurant. We also have our gourmet lounges, and then we do our show for the night, which leads into crazy signs. You would think everyone would be tired by this point, but the party does kind of keep going throughout, which is nice, and it's for all ages, so everyone is very, very comfortable. So a seamless skiing experience. Ski pass is always included. So if you're doing the French Alps, if you're doing Charlevoix, if you're doing Japan, lift tickets are going to be included. Ski instruction or snowboard instruction is going to be included at multiple levels. Best ski in, ski out. And then to facilitate your arrival, we have our easy arrival tool, which is on our app. So you can have your rentals already sitting in your locker when you get there. You put in your weight and your height and all that stuff, what level of skis you're renting, and they will just be sitting in your locker for you when you get there. We also have our snow guarantee. So if you're in a destination where we haven't got as much snow as we normally would, and less than 50% of the runs are open, they will actually send you to another resort in the area to make sure that you're getting to a property where you're going to be able to take advantage of it. Sunday to Sunday. So this is really specific to North America. We work all of our bookings from Sunday to Sunday. So you will fly out of Canada on the Saturday night, arrive Sunday morning, transfers at the airport directly to your village. And then once you're there, they will get you signed up and booked into your resort. And then make sure you're signed up for the right ski lessons, all of that stuff. And then the next day, your lift ticket starts, and your lift ticket will go from your second day all the way to the end. We also have top of the range equipment. So I did see somebody ask in the Q&A, I thought rentals were included. Rentals are the one thing that is not included. So if you do want to rent skis, you're more than welcome to do that. Skis, snowboard, whatever. We have three different levels. So starting with our, lead in, which is an amazing category of skis. We partner with Rosinol, so even the lead in skis are really good quality. Your average that you're looking at for the week is about $350 to $400, from helmet all the way to boots and skis and poles. So everything is included in that price. So it's about the price of 2 days rentals in Blue Mountain is what they would charge for a full week in the Alps. We also have our ski pro shop on site. So if you're bringing your own equipment, if you need a wax or if you need to replace anything or you have a screw loose or something, that is right there on site for you. And when you're getting fitted in the village, it's actually awesome that if you step on this little machine, it tells you exactly what boots you need, what skis you need. So it's a really, really cool way that we go about doing that. Best family experience. Again, we talked on this. Kids stay under 4, stay free. Our baby petite club is available for an extra cost, but our family, our junior club is completely free from 4 all the way up to 17. So our teens club, our kids club, all of that stuff. And then we have our amazing ski lessons, our amazing family programming, which is just to keep kids off their devices and interacting at the resort with our amazing GO team. And then, of course, a reinforced offer for families with private lessons if you want. Those are Saturday mornings at an extra cost. So do keep that in mind. The group lessons are very good, though. Well-being, Obviously, you're skiing, you're snowboarding. There's pools at 98% of our resorts. We offer yoga. We have HIIT studios. There's all different kinds of stuff out there. And then you have your Nordic walking, snowshoeing, accompanied by local guides too. We have paragliding, fat bike, ice diving, all different kinds of stuff on that side. That is not included. That is at an extra cost. And then if you really want to go crazy, you can do some dog sledding, snowmobile, day trips, dinners at different places all over the different ski domains. So that's all there for you as well. And then the Club Med atmosphere, which we touched on. Lively ski departures, amazing après ski, aperitif, so your cocktails with live music, festive and themed evenings, which is always fun. That's why we have our 45s on today. Our evening shows, children and teenage shows, parties with DJs, crazy signs, which have been a staple for a really long time. So let's get into the ski resorts. What resorts should you be selling? We have 25 ski resorts across multiple countries, multiple domains, really, really cool options all over the world. So we're going to flip through this quickly and then touch a little bit more in detail on all the other ones. So our resorts, these are mostly France here, except for the last two. So Balto, one of our highest altitude destinations, Val Thorens, Alpe d'Huez, which is an amazing resort for families, for ski enthusiasts, for crazy downhill people. La Plagne, which is part of Les Arcs. So La Plagne, Arc Panorama, and Pays Valandry are all in the same ski domain. Grand Massif, Samoan, a beautiful resort, and we actually have our chalets here as well. Progelato, if you guys were with me in March last year, I hosted a fam here. Progelato, you fly into Milan, it's about 2.5 hours in the Italian Alps. This is the same ski domain where they're hosting the Olympics this year for Torino, so really, really cool. And then, of course, St. Moritz, which is in Switzerland. La Rosière, a lot of Ontario has seen this property because we have hosted several FAMs here. Really great elevation, resort sitting directly across from Mont Blanc, amazing sight lines. Balmoral, which is a more cozy cottage cabin feel. We also have our chalets here as well. Sur Chevalier, which is where Natasha is hosting her next FAM. We just reopened this product last year, did a full gut job on the inside of the property. Massive outdoor heated pool, great for families, 250 kilometers of slope, so really beautiful. Val d'Isère and Ting, we will touch on throughout the presentation, so we'll skip through those. Quebec Charlevoix, obviously the only true Canadian all-inclusive. Kuro, Grand, Peak, Tamamo, Hokkaido, and Sapporo, Hokkaido are Japanese resorts, which we will also touch on at the end of the presentation. If you are looking at our ski comparative flyers, this is a great tool for showing your clients exactly what the difference is between Club Med and maybe a more Canadian option. So we left this one in. So we have Ting versus Diamond Rock or versus Whistler. So if they're looking at a Canadian ski destination versus us, obviously mountain-wise, very similar altitudes. Ting is actually just a little bit higher, sitting around 13,000 feet. You can see those check marks. These are all included with Club Med, and then what the cost is at the hotels. So if you're doing it versus Diamond Rock for 7 nights, you're looking at $9,870 versus $12,584. Great way to show them. If you're looking at it as a family getaway, $16,000 versus $22,000. So again, pretty easy, really powerful tool. We have these on our Club Med agent site as well. So if you want to use it or if you can't find it, email me or Natasha. We'll make sure that you can show these to your clients if you're trying to do a comparative. The nice thing with us too is for you guys, it's a one-stop shop. Point and click on the website, get everything sorted, your flights, your transfers, your lift tickets, lessons, all of that is done in one click. With these, it is very a la carte. Find the hotel, book your lift ticket directly through the mountain, get your flights separately, find transfer separately. Not a lot of packages for these guys, so it's a big, big win for Club Med on that side. So when it comes to the Alps, we talk about elevation a lot because people are curious, what if there's no snow? What is going to happen if I get there and there's no snow? We've been very lucky the last 5 years. We've had 5 flawless years of snow, basically from the first week of December all the way through the second week of April. The safest way to make sure that you're getting the best quality of snow is obviously booking your higher elevations. So when I run a FAM or Natasha runs a FAM to Ting in December, the reason for that, as you can see on this list, somewhere on here, Ting is sitting at an altitude of 3,450 meters. So somewhere between 12 and 13,000 feet. You want to know that because Now you know I have snow safety in that first week of April, that last week of March, the first week of December. You're going to be safer there. Where some of the other products sitting at a lower elevation, so Alpe d'Huez at the end of March, sitting at only 2,000 meters, it might not be the safest choice for that, but great basically from December 15th all the way through the end of March. Two resorts with new main features. So again, Sir Chevalier, we've talked about this one a little bit, and with Natasha going there, it is a really, really cool spot, completely renovated, authentic, unique, massive ski area with 250 kilometers of slopes, 80% which are above 2,000 meters, so really, really strong there. Strong family positioning, new kids club, new teens club, new everything. This whole village is brand new, so really easy sell. And it's at one of our lower price points too. So great property, lower price point, an easy starter for somebody getting into their first Club Med ski. And then we have Pragelato. Again, I was here in March. Amazing property, maybe some of the best food I've had at Club Med in general. Something about being in the mountains in Italy. It's pretty easy to, fall in love with burrata ravioli after a day on the mountains. Great food. We've done a whole bunch of new rooms here. They have new snow cannons on the slopes. So rather than corn snow, which kind of looks like little ice chips that shoot out of the machine, it's blowing real traditional snow. So you're having powder on the mountains every morning because these snow guns are so much more technologically advanced. So you're getting a lot out of them, which is amazing. So how to help your clients choose the best ski resort. So we split these into some categories for you. So that way, if you're looking, this will give you a good idea of what you can find. And because the Spoiled Agent Group is recording this, always go back to this. Feel free to look at this presentation to see what works best for you. But our best family resorts. So you'll see on here, La Rosière, Alpe d'Huez, Cire, Les Arcs Panorama, Grand Massif. And now let's go into some details specifically about these resorts. So here, again, we just touched on vast ski area, snow reliability, charming alpine village. It basically looks like a giant ski chalet mansion converted into a beautiful hotel with an amazing outdoor heated pool, some amazing views of the Alps. Um, Cool thing with this one too is you're really close to the Italian border. So for Natasha's fam, they're actually flying into Milan and doing the transfer from Milan into the French Alps. So you get a really nice transfer in, which honestly people would pay for as an excursion. So a really, really cool trip into the resort here. And then the reconnection experiences, you want to make sure people are off their phones, connecting with each other, connecting with new people. These affinity groups kind of build themselves at this place. And then, of course, water in all its forms. So whether that's at our spa, our outdoor pools, or indoor pools, there's a focus on water throughout this entire place, and the thermal baths too, which is really, really cool. So great little shot of Sear there. I don't know who wouldn't want to go to a property like this. It is perfect, honestly. So Arc Panorama, very different feel from Sear. Arc is definitely more modern in terms of the look of this property. You can kind of see it just from the shot of the building there. More curved lines, more bright colors. It's like stark whites and reds is kind of the theme throughout this resort. But sat on this beautiful ledge where the views are insane from basically every room category here. Sam actually hosted a fam here last year. Really, really great slopes because you're in Les Arcs. Les Arcs is part of Paradis Ski. Paradis Ski is the second largest ski domain in all of the Alps. We have 3 hotels in this domain, so Les Arcs, Paisy, and La Plagne. And if you're staying at one, you get to share all 3. So if you want to stop for lunch at one of our sister resorts while you're there, feel free to go in and use that. It's awesome. Again, great resort, more modern for that more modern feel. People that aren't looking for that cozy cottage woodsy vibe, this is probably more a spot for them and one of the best ski domains that they'll ever see. And the nice thing here too is there's beginner, expert, and intermediate here. So all kinds of options for everybody. There you go. There's a nice shot of Les Arcs. So for thrill seekers, we have Valto. That's what I call it because Val Thorens always sounds weird when I say it. Ting, St. Moritz, and La Plagne. So some of the craziest ski domains you'll ever see. Valto, you walk into this resort, we have a rock wall right in the lobby. You can scour that thing if you want. One of our highest elevations, some of the best skiing in all of Europe and all of the world, honestly. Some really, really incredible downhill A lot of blacks here, black diamonds, a lot of reds, a good mix of blues and greens. So beginners are okay here. Somebody asked if there's resorts that are more geared towards adults. This one definitely is. So with Val Thorens, we do not have a full-on kids club. We just introduced the teens club, so that's 12 years plus, but we do not offer kids ski lessons at this property. So you do tend to have a more mature crowd or an older crowd here. One other thing with this resort, just to note when comparing it to others, if people really like to, go for a float in the pool after a day on the mountain, this resort does not have a pool, so do keep that in mind. But a really, really cool property, great for couples, great for affinity groups, great for ski clubs. Lots of great skiing here. Like I said, the vertical thrills are insane. Also, the après ski here, if you're getting off the property, the Folie Douce in Valto is one of the busiest bars in probably all of the French Alps. Again, you can see here, we have the ski lift run directly through our property. Really great views, beautiful spot. And honestly, like your surrounding here, you can't walk out on a balcony without kind of having your breath taken away. Ting, me and Natasha, both of our favorites. Natasha was just here in December. I was here last December. I also visited here in March the year before. Snow guarantee here is never needed. The snow is always amazing. We have, again, a more modern property, so there is cozy features to it for sure. You're gonna find fireplaces in the main area. We actually introduced our first coffee shop in the French Alps here, so that's built onto the end of our bar. It's a great place for snacks and coffee. It's like having a little Starbucks right there in the morning. They do everything that you need. Resort itself is beautiful. We have a exclusive collection space here as well, which is really, really gorgeous. If you're looking for larger suites, the 2-bedroom rooms, really, really nice space here. Cool thing here too, as soon as you walk out of our ski and ski out, you're on the main lift. That main lift is going to drop you off right at a glacier. So pretty cool spot if you want to check the glacier out. We also have a train here that is free for everyone that is visiting Ting. They can go and jump on the train, and the train will take them straight up there if they don't feel like they're confident enough to do those types of runs. You can still go and see it and get that beautiful scenery in. But honestly, even starting in our beginner lessons, by the end of the week, you might be able to make it to the glacier on your own. So it's a pretty cool spot. Another great shot of Ting there. This resort too, we just opened it 23, 24. We've always had a property in Ting, but we knocked the last one down. We actually moved locations up to 1,800, so one of the highest places you can have resorts in all of Ting, and we won Best New Hotel Opening for 23, 24 in the world. So really cool little fact there. And then these are the best resorts to experience the authenticity of the mountains. So here you're going to see more traditional mountain chalet style, more cultural heritage, close to charming villages. Val d'Isere, same ski domain as Ting, really, really cool. Valmorel, Pays Valandry, and Progelato. So, Val d'Isere, the first ever fully exclusive collection property that we opened in the French Alps, another property that we've had for over, I think, close to 50 years. We gutted the entire inside in 24, 25. So, totally brand new on the inside, amazing food, probably the best après ski that is just included that I've ever seen. We have a massive patio in the heart of the Alps where everywhere you look around you is just people jumping off cliffs with parachutes and skiing down hills, and they're grilling 21 to 25-ounce sirloin steaks to strip loin steaks on fire tables outside. That's just the après ski. That's not even your lunch. You just go there for a snack. Plus the bar out there, something about the glasses they use at the bar. It's just nice having that weight in your hand when you're drinking your Aperol Spritz or your gin and tonic right after you've come off the hill, because you know you're about to go do an even crazier hill right after that. So you need a little liquid courage. Great way to get you set up. But really, really cool spot. You can see here, valet service for seamless arrival, premium concierge service, on-demand shuttle, upgraded wine and spirits because of that exclusive collection. And one last shot of it. So you can see that big giant wolf that's made out of wood on that patio. This is the area where we have our après ski. Like I said, the views around here are incredible. I wish you could kind of see here, but the tables that are down there are all fire tables. So while you're sitting out there, it's like 6, 7 degrees, nice and warm. They're cooking on the side, and you just get to sit around this fire table with your group and hang out. Great spot. This one I'm very excited about, obviously, selfishly. Pays Valandry is where I'm headed for my next fam. So this is another part of Paradis near Les Arcs, where we share those three properties, La Plagne, Arc Panorama, and Paisley. This is definitely more of your cozy cottage vibe. That is my vibe. That is what I love when I'm going skiing. I want to see the woody plaid lines, buffalo plaid everywhere. That is definitely my favorite thing. Here we're a little bit higher up too, so really great skiing, tons and tons of different slopes. So whether you're a beginner, experienced, advanced, or you just want to après ski, which I always tell people if they're looking to get on a fam, you don't have to know how to ski as long as you know how to eat and drink. You're more than welcome to come with us. So a really, really cool spot here. Lots of gondolas, lots of different kind of types of ski all around this mountain, whether you're doing your more crazy downhill, your off-piste, lots of really cool things. The pool with a view. We have an indoor-outdoor pool here, which I love. It was one of my selling features when they were asking me where I wanted to go. So having that option of being outside in a pool in the Alps in the middle of the winter with the snow falling, I think it just sounds perfect. Price point wise too, this is a great one for families and for couples that don't necessarily have that Val d'Isere budget, but like that look of property and the ski domain that surrounds it. So a really cool spot there. Cool little shot of this property. Again, this is definitely that cultural feel like you're in the Alps type of property. And then Progelato, again, we touched on this one quite a bit in the beginning because of the new things that we've done here. Beautiful property, amazing ski. I will say, as far as skill level goes, I don't know if I would necessarily recommend this one to true beginners. Um, the cool thing is if you are brand new, the bunny hill is at like 10,000 feet. So you are up in the mountains, you are really out there. You have to take a gondola to get up there. So it is the full true mountain experience. But to get from that run to the next easiest run, you have to take a pretty difficult blue run down there. And I'm sure I have some agents that are on this right now that were there with me that it wasn't their favorite run to do it. So this I would definitely suggest for more experienced, at least intermediate level. Again, the food is amazing, the views are amazing. The après ski here is really unique because this resort, unlike the majority of ours, is all outdoors. So all of your rooms, you're going to walk into your door from the outside. So going back to dinner at night and going to see the shows, you are walking outside. Because of where it is in Italy, you do get great weather here, so it's typically a little bit warmer than some of the other ones. And this is a ski in, but not ski out. So you do finish the last run right at the door of our resort. To ski out, you do have to jump on a gondola first. So it's not directly downhill from here. So do keep that in mind. Again, more of your vintage, cultural, Nordic ski village. Just really, really, really cool. I love this property when we were there. So the best resorts to relax in the mountains. So La Rosière, again, we talked on this one a little bit. This is where we've hosted several FAMs. Great for families, definitely more for skiers than for snowboarders. There is a lot of pummel lifts here. So if you're not familiar with that, it's like a T-bar, something that goes between your legs and pulls you up the hill versus sitting on a lift. So snowboarders don't generally like them. As a snowboarder, I can say that. Not my favorite way to get around the mountain. The cool thing here, though, is you are in France and Italy basically at the same time. So the resort sits in France on the front of the mountain. You do have the option to take the lift directly up and ski over the back. As soon as you're over the back, you are skiing in Italy. Two totally different experiences. The Italian side gets a little more sun, so a little more fluffy back there, a little more extreme on the French side. But it's pretty cool to go grab a pasta lunch on the mountain in Italy, come back and do beef bourguignon for dinner on the French side. It's a really, really unique way to do it and great for families. And honestly, some of the best views I've ever seen. I've put pictures on my Instagram from here that look like I'm sitting in front of a painting. So really, really nice on that side. And then since winter, yes, we added our exclusive collection space here as well. Really, really cool. I have a room tour on my Instagram if you ever want to see what that looks like. Two bedrooms, and those rooms are all facing Mont Blanc. They have their own little hot tub right in the center, their own little kind of like a speakeasy lounge. So there's a wood wall, and this wood wall has kind of like a secret door that you open up and you walk in, you're in the exclusive collection lounge, and all the rooms are on that side. So really, really cool. That's kind of the view from the exclusive collection section. It's not bad. So, ski resorts in Japan, we've just added these slides in. We're going to go through this really quickly because we are tight for time. So, starting with Hokkaido, Japan, all of our resorts are Hokkaido, but Kororo Peak, this is our first ever fully exclusive collection property that we have opened in Japan. Pretty cool picture there. Amazing property, really, really good slopes. If you're looking in terms of altitude, when it comes to Japan, considerably lower than what you're going to get in the Alps, but the snow is insane. They call it Japao for a reason. Last year, half of our slopes got so much snow that we actually had to close for a couple days because the ski lifts couldn't run because they were dragging on the ground because the snow level was so high. But they call it the land of the snow mountains or snow monsters for a reason. As you're cruising down any of these groomer runs, you're going to see these trees that are just completely covered in snow. It looks like giant snowmen as you're riding down. This is a bucket list spot for me, and Kororo Peak is at the top of it. So this is our newest, nicest in Japan. Really, really, really great. And you also have access to Kororo Grand here, which is our sister resort right across from it. Speaking of Kororo Grand, just to give you a shot of what that looks like. Really, really unique property here as well. So winter days up to 160 days, 23 runs, 11 lifts. Ski levels are all levels. So obviously you can see 9 advanced, 6 intermediate, and 8 beginner. This resort is 266 rooms, and French Japanese fusion is kind of our main food focus while we're here. Expect to be fed extremely well while you're in Japan. Our colleague Andre just hosted the first ever Canada Fam to Japan in December. They actually hit every single one of our properties there, and they have raved about it. So I'm dying to get over there. So look out for 2026 or 2027 English Canada Japan Ski Fam. Tamamo Hokkaido is our first ski resort that we had in Japan, our most popular for sure. 120 days of ski here, 29 runs, 4 on the advanced, so that's 4 black diamonds, 11 intermediate, 10 beginner, and 1 for first timers. 6 lifts here, beginner to intermediate for sure on the level. We do have our kids club, our petite club, and our mini club here. 341 rooms. So this is the most popular, the most traveled Club Med that we have in all of Japan. It was, our first foot in the door there, and it has blown up ever since. This resort still gets absolute rave reviews. They did stay here on the fam and they raved about it. So another really, really great property. Okay, I get to hand it over to Natasha now. So we're going to go into your advantages as a Club Med agent and why you should sell our properties. Natasha, it's all you do.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. I was trying to answer some of those Q&As, so I didn't realize there was a button for Q&A. I wasn't paying attention. I was in the chat. But nonetheless, advantages to you as an advisor selling us, as you can see, are range in terms of commission. It ranges from, actually, it's 12 to 15% at this point in time. And then for any services, so like we said, it is commissionable to add those ski rentals, transfers, spa treatments, the baby and petite club, all of those things are at the commission as well at 10%. Again, for every dollar that's spent for your clients, you earn points towards free nights. Free nights can be used anywhere around the world, which is fantastic, just not in the Caribbean, Mexico, and Canada resorts. And then as a client, a Club Med ambassador, essentially, am I sharing my screen? Oh, you are. Sorry. As a Club Med ambassador, based on your tier, we do allow for gold and platinum advisors to get upgrades on their rooms, as well as present that for their clients as well, depending on gold and platinum status. And then we do also have travel agent rates for our NAM zone, which is our North American zone, Caribbean, Mexico, and Canada, Caribbean, Mexico resorts. And by accessing that, that would be through our call center to see what's available in terms of pricing and availability. And then again, as an advisor, you can participate in the FAM trips. So for us, we're really big on essentially FAM trips, especially in English Canada, because this is a market that not everybody knows about Club Med. So education is needed, and we are counting on you guys to spread the word. We've had quite a bit of advisors who've been on our FAM trips, and they absolutely love it. Why? Because we want you to experience it, so you're able to sell it to your clients, and it is fun. So again, our core audience in terms of who our main focus is right now is 40 years old. That's the average that we're seeing. Families, generational families, as you can see at 45.5%. couples and active singles and adventurer travelers at 33.5%, but just highlighting our client satisfaction at 92.3%. This is why we're big. I always have to say you have to go to the club to understand the club, but once you're in the club, you're in the club for life. And clients that stay with us, once they go one time, they spread the word, they're satisfied, and they come again. And that's why we've been around for 75 years and are the pioneers of all inclusive because of this. And then areas that we're seeing growth is in groups. So pickleball groups, wellness groups, ski groups, tennis groups, very big. And then again, oversee travel in Europe and Asia, highlighting that we are opening up quite a bit of resorts in the upcoming years. South Africa this year in July, Borneo as well in Malaysia. So lots of excitement. And somebody mentioned Tremblant coming soon as well. And then again, ski in terms of this product you can't find anywhere else. You just show up and enjoy. And again, the lessons are phenomenal and tours as well. So that in a nutshell, we wanted to thank you guys for joining us. If you are not connected on our weekly communication, we just ask that you send an email to myself or Tyler so that you are up to date with everything you need to know in terms of promotion, fam trips, webinars, things like that. And then if you have a moment to join our Facebook club at Club Med with Tyler and Natasha, our YouTube channel with Club Med, and then Tyler and my Instagram at ty.flies or Tash G One and Only Explores. Now I think we have
I can't believe we got through that. I
answer.
thought there was no way it was going to happen, Susan. Like that was a lot of slides.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of questions in the Q&A box.
I have
Sorry.
not seen,
No,
so
no.
I'm sure it is
Okay, so
full.
that's okay, no worries. So Tyler, there's some at the top that were more about, of course, and Natasha about the sale and things like that.
Mhm.
And I know you kind of talked about that. Let me see here. I think
Does
there
the
was,
Canadian property have snowmobile rentals? Yes.
okay, perfect.
So we
We
need,
have snowmobile excursions. We do not technically rent them out there.
yes, sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Sean is asking, would you also say any of your snow resorts are more geared towards adults only? And on the other side of things, maybe best for families? Like, what would you guys say?
Oh, I answered that in the chat. So again, just to reiterate that, great for families, great for adults only. A lot of our resorts are actually family oriented for the kids that are younger. Some of the ones that are more geared towards adults, I would find would be like Val Thorens, because we don't have a kids club. We do have a teen club, but you won't have a lot of children there because the lessons are not included for the young ones there.
Okay. Oh, my friend Justine's on. Hi, Justine. She said, can we do air deviation to leave earlier and stay in the city prior to checking into the ski resort? And ditto
Yes.
for the return. Love it.
Yes, you can, but not during the sale. So for those situations, I would say book the land and then we add the flights after, but you do have that option to deviate it.
Yeah.
And that's a great way to make the most of your vacation. Also, Justine saying, do you have any slides in PDF form? She wants a booklet printed. She can never keep them straight. That's great. That means you're selling, which we love to hear, right?
We do have brochures, so always feel free to reach out to us. We do have those. And then on our marketing side of our Club Med agent portal, there is a whole bunch of info on there, as well as all of the flyers that we print out. We always make a PDF so you can post it on your social or wherever. If you want to just have it in store, on a sandwich board, whatever.
And what about
And
other exchange privileges between the resorts if they're close by?
So where the resorts are, so depending, so say you're staying at Val d'Isere, that is the same ski domain as Ting. So if you're staying at Val d'Isere, you can use Ting because you're exclusive collection. If you are staying at Ting, only if you're in the exclusive collection rooms can you use Val d'Isere because it has to be same access. If you're staying somewhere like Paisley, like I am, because we have 3 resorts there that are all on the same mountain, you can share privileges there. So you can stop in for lunch at Arc Panorama or at La Plangue if you're in the area.
Okay, great. And I know, Tyler, you did speak about ski rentals. So, but can you rent, do you have to rent the whole set or can you just also
nope,
rent helmet or boots or can you a la carte it?
It is a la
yeah,
carte, yeah. So
a
if
la
you
carte.
just like a lot of people like to travel with their boots, so they bring their boots with them because it's a comfort thing, and then they grab the skis from us. And then, like I said, it's sorted piece by piece. So $200 for the lead-in category of skis for the week, then 75 for the boots, whatever for the helmets. So you can do it one at a time, or you can do it all as one package.
Okay, and there's a couple of questions about
Accessibility.
Sure, accessibility for sure. Yeah.
Yes, so definitely all of our resorts do offer accessibility in terms of rooms and accommodations. So again, it depends on your clients in terms of what they're looking for, but definitely there are options for accessibility, even in our Quebec Charlevoix.
That is a definite advantage to booking in the presale because we have, on average, less than 7% accessible rooms in these resorts. So if it's a family booking and they need an accessible room for one person, they want to make sure that they're booking as early as possible while that room category still exists.
So Jasmine and Jennifer, that answered your questions as well. And there's a couple, Natasha and Tyler, about Japan. So where was it here? Okay, so Allison and Bailey. So question one is, in Japan, the ski resorts are now limited to foreign visitors due to overcrowding. Would this affect any the Club Med resorts?
No, not as far as we've seen. So ours, Japan resorts definitely book out the fastest because there's only four of them, a lot less to choose from. But we build the rooms. If you've been to a Club Med before, you know what our room categories are like. They're
Yes.
massive. We build them big. So that way the resort never feels totally full and overcrowded. The other good thing too is the ski locations where we've built are not the most overcrowded ski resorts. So that's kind of the nice thing, at least in those locations. If you're in Europe, if you're in Charlevoix, if you're wherever, obviously the demand is kind of whatever the demand is. There's something with France where they seem to have vacation every other week. So there's just always a lot of people in all of these places. But as far as the resort goes, you're never going to feel overcrowded at all.
Okay, and Bailey's asking about Japan. With the lower altitude, what months does Japan primarily operate?
So it's open from December till April. If you're looking for that guarantee, January to the end of March is
March, yeah.
definitely your safe window. Um, like we sent our ski fam, I believe they left on the 7th or 8th of December this year. They got to the resort the first day, they had no snow, which freaked me out. And then all of a sudden they had an earthquake that night, and the
Ooh,
next day they woke up with 4 feet of snow. So they just needed to shake the ground a little bit, and all of a sudden they had great powder days. But that is a risk you definitely run earlier in December. So January, February are prime season for Japan. So if they are looking for that, definitely book during the sale. Otherwise, the space is generally gone really, really quickly.
And then Bailey asked about ski passes include fast lane. Guess what? For us, because we are ski in, ski out, Club Med, you get priority. So lineups are not an issue with us.
okay, great. And Rashid's asking, can we use the comparison slide on social media? That's great. Like, I love that they want to share.
Yeah, 100%.
We we have the comparison in a flyer. We don't have a social media because there's a lot of content on there. But again, if you can get it in one screen somehow, definitely. But we can see if we can talk to marketing to see if we can get into a social media option.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's see here.
Yeah, it's a lot of info to have in like a story post or something.
Yeah.
So are the
Okay.
pools heated through winter for the outdoor pools?
Yeah, so the majority of our pools that exist in the Alps are indoor. With there's a few that aren't. So like Progelato has a pool outdoors. It's not heated. It's not open that time of year. Wherever the pool is open, you better bet your ass that it is heated because we're not doing cold plunges in the Alps. It's just not necessary unless you're jumping from the pool to the snow back to the pool.
Because it'll be a cold one.
Yeah.
Paula,
Um,
for your question, I'll connect with you one-on-one in regards to price estimation for February 2nd and 3rd. It's going to be the same price for February 2nd. Actually, there's going to be the same price for February 2nd and 3rd. It just means that platinum and gold clients get first access to the price. So that's why we say it may change, because if the platinum and golds, they book out those rooms, unfortunately, it won't be available on the 3rd. So definitely be on top of your clients for those starting dates because things will fly off in terms of availability off the shelf.
I will say in terms of just traditional, so what we've seen the last couple of years, the platinum and gold sale starts and we see some movement.
Yes,
And
some, not
then
all.
the regular sale starts and we see all the movement really fast. This is why
Yeah.
it's not very often you're gonna hear us say, hey guys, we think you should get up at 2 a.m. to make a booking.
Yeah.
In this case, if you are trying
Yes.
to book a very specific resort, a very specific category, get up at 2 a.m. or miss it. That's
yeah,
just the honest truth.
Yep.
That's, you know what, you say it, I like it. The forthcoming, just be honest, and this is
Yep.
great. They want the best deal. Club Med delivers it. You just have to set an alarm. Okay. Okay, so Kim's asking, we just have a couple more questions. I just want everyone to know we're just a little bit past our hour. If you need to go, go ahead. Your name has been entered to win the prize, the trip. But we just have a couple more questions we're going to take before we close things off. And yeah, no problem, guys. We're so happy to see everyone. Kim is asking, she may have missed it, but how long is the quote valid for to hold the pricing?
So when it converts into an option on the day of, for platinum and gold, remind me, Tyler, I believe it's till the end of day at 9 p.m.
Yeah, because of the weird conversion on the Paris time zone, the best, don't say 24 hours, say till end of
No,
day,
end
9
of day.
p.m. Eastern time zone. So if you're in the West Coast, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, depending on where you are, because at 3 a.m. it's going to reset and cancel them out because that will be their 24-hour window. So make sure you're just saying till end of day.
Especially with flights. So just you want to secure it as fast as you can. Waiting on that day will not hold it that long. So I would say try to secure it as fast as you can.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Just looking at another one here. Sorry, I had, okay, so Sandra's asking regarding the air deviation, given the distances are 2 to 3 hours for the transfers in France, will the transfers be a separate charge on air deviations? If it is rather than a Sunday to Sunday stays, meaning if they stay somewhere else before the Sunday and the Sunday stay, how will they get transferred to the Alps within Club Med, or do they just do separate transfers? That's okay.
So we
This
can provide
Sandra, yeah.
transfers. Sandra's generally we can provide transfers. Essentially, with that, you would have to pay on wherever you deviate. So and return back to the airport. So let's just say if you fly in on the 1st and your stay with us is on the 7th, you need to get to the airport on the 7th and we'll bring you to the resort at a cost. And then on your return, there will not be a cost. So anytime there is a deviation, there is a cost to that one-way transfer.
Okay, and Jasmine's asking, just we're gonna hop back to accessibility. Maybe just your recommendation. She wanted to know if there was any one property that was considered the best though for accessibility.
Uh, I wouldn't say there's one best. I would say there's definitely lesser options. So Progelato would not be my accessible choice. It's a cobblestone Italian Nordic Alpine village style, where anything that is Ting, Val d'Isere, La Rosière, Paisy, Arc, all of those properties are all built the same. So elevators with accessible rooms. You're not traversing outside a whole lot. Um, Obviously in the French Alps, inside of our core village, so our rooms, our suites, all of that stuff, we're going to make it as accessible as possible. But it's really going to come down to the agent to do the research on that destination. So if you're looking at a La Rosière, for an example, it's a smaller village, a lot easier to get around, sidewalks everywhere. If you're in Ting, it's more snow-covered Alps kind of terrain. So trying to push a wheelchair or hobbling on a cane is not necessarily going to be your best bet. But if you're looking at anything specific or you have a specific family, send us the email and we'll give you a more kind of set in stone so we can take it offline.
And then Catherine
Catherine,
asks the
perfect.
points that are off limits. Sorry, points that are off limit for using your rewards. Points essentially is Charlevoix, the two in Turkey, our Columbus Isle location, and one more, Tyler. Do you remember?
Sorry, what was it? I missed that question. What was
The
it?
question is, which resorts do we restrict for points? So Charlevoix is one, Columbus Isle, and Turkey. Actually, it's those four. I checked recently.
Yeah, that is it. Turkey, yeah, it's anywhere where we have separate ownership.
Yeah.
Okay, Justine's asking, do the transfers always have costs for ski? I've had to add them and there's the same price depending on the airport.
So if you book with a package and it's standard with flights, then transfers are included with the stay. If you book land only, then you do have to pay for transfers. And like I said, if you deviate one end, you have to pay for transfers.
Also, if you are like every resort, because of the difference in destination, so like for Natasha going to Sear, her transfers for her fam are a little bit less expensive than mine are just because in Italy we pay less for transfers than we do in France. If you're doing transfers with like on their own, you can basically anywhere in the Alps, you're gonna sit somewhere between $490 to $560 round trip per person for the transfer. It's not a cheap cost for sure, but when you're putting the air and the transfer in, you get a 10% discount on the land, so it does kick in and has an effect that way.
Just have a couple of comments from Facebook, guys, and then we'll tie this up. Let's see here. Kelly Lynn said, all your properties sound amazing. Of course, of
Agreed.
course. We love the inclusions. Brett said, hey, buddy, glad to see more promotions on the Ski Mountain products. Love it. From Stuart. Awesome, amazing. Hello, Lorraine. So just a little, before we shut this off, I just want to remind our Facebook friends, I see a lot of new faces on here right now. Please make sure you add your email so we know you're here to qualify for this amazing prize as well. And you guys really did a great job taking all the questions. Natasha, Tyler, all of you behind the scenes while you guys weren't presenting, we really appreciate it. And you guys are a great team. We love it. And we love the sale.
I do want to say one thing, just because there was one question that we sort of avoided. We had what is happening at Charlevoix with the strike. So I will say that is kind of in transition right now. We're kind of figuring it out as we go along. We're addressing all of our clients that are going in the next 2 weeks right now, until we have complete final concrete idea of what is happening on the mountain. We can't get too much into detail, but as soon as you have a client that is going and in the time frame that we know of, we will reach out to you with all the options available for you at that time.
And also know that they are still actually in negotiation. That's been put out in the media already. So fingers crossed that things start to shift, where we are back on the mountain enjoying the experience fully.
Yes.
That's great. You
Other
guys
than
are
that,
awesome.
thank you, Susan, so much as always. Thank you, Spoiled Agent family. Like I said, we're at 118 people still. We're an hour and 12 minutes.
I know.
Thank you so much,
We love
guys.
that you
I
love us.
appreciate
Bye.
Thank you, thank you. And again, we really appreciate everything, guys. And thanks to all of our spoiled agents from across Canada to meet with our special friends, of course, Natasha and Tyler. It's always a pleasure. And I'm saying
Likewise.
all of us here, I'm actually on location away from the spoiled agent office today with all of our spoiled agent team, and they all say hello to you all. So hello, everyone.
Everyone from Blue Mountain. Bye.